Hi, welcome to Remedies, Alchemy, and Tarot. Let's see if we can get this going. There, I think that sounds much better. Perfect. Let's do this. This is a general reading for the fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. If you have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Just doing a little bit of housekeeping here. Let's do that. Let's go here. Sorry for the rough start. There we go. And let's do this. Let's do this. Copy. We paste here. Enter. Let me pin. Perfect. Excellent. I do like to start the reading off with a smudge. I have some sage here. Let's go ahead and do a quick cleansing. Thank you, Spirit. And I also like to have 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. If you have Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. Thank you. I am fine. How are you this evening? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. I do look at the horoscope, the sun, the moon placement, and other planetary placements to get an idea of the energy that is surrounding you at this time. But first and foremost, I do rely on intuition. It is my intention during this reading to help you connect with your intuition as well. Anytime we're listening to our intuition or following our intuition, it's very important that we vet that or we verify that. And I think that the tarot is a wonderful way to vet our intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener this evening. What would you like the listener to know or to be aware of for this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener. Wow, we got a look at that. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Gift of Knowledge, a physical gift. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the listener this evening. What would you like the listener to know or to be aware of for or during this reading? Thank you, Spirit. Messages. Thank you, Spirit. 2 more cards for the listener. What would you like the listener to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? 1 more card. Thank you, Spirit. Messages. Ooh, and the Emperor card. You know, that Emperor card has really been coming out in a lot of readings since the beginning of June. And I think that's because we're all questioning the system as a whole. And the foundation, the basis of this reading this evening is the Knight of Cups. Slow and steady wins the race. And as we're moving forward, we're guarding our feelings and we have our guard up, we have our defenses up. There's something that we're really passionate about, something that we're really driven towards, and we're making steady progress towards that by keeping up our guard. And let's see how that plays into the rest of this reading this evening. Let's just set that right there. And we start off with the Six of Swords, a quiet transition. We're moving on to calmer waters. And this is in your work life, in your professional life, in your public life. And there is a contract or an agreement. This agreement can be either a written agreement, a verbal agreement, but there is a binding agreement in your public life. And this agreement is bringing in the gift of knowledge, the gift of wisdom. Perhaps you're considering or working towards continuing your education, um, signing up to take a course, signing up to take something new, but you're learning something new. And this that you're learning, this news that you're agreeing to learn, is going to serve you well for the rest of your life moving forward. So, this knowledge, this wisdom that you're going to be gaining is going to blanket the rest of your career, the rest of your future. Thank you, Spirit Messages. And Sigurje, this is a general reading. And so if you listen to the reading, it will give you an idea of what's coming up in your life. It looks like what is coming up in your professional life, what is coming up in your career life, is continuing your education, increasing your knowledge base, gaining wisdom. And this new contract, this new wisdom is going to lead to a partnership. I don't know if it's going to be leading to a new job, leading to a new project, but leading you towards something new and very beneficial. And it is going to involve at least one other person. Um, Maybe you will be receiving a new job, a, a promotion. It is a general reading. And so this partnership for many of you will be different. A partnership, a promotion. Yes. And so this is a reading for the collective. And we are talking about your future in your public life, in your professional life. We are making a transition. We are signing a contract or agreeing, making an agreement. And this agreement is going to increase your knowledge base. As your knowledge base increases, as your wisdom increases, it's going to bring in partnerships, coupleships, new job opportunities, maybe even a new business partner. If you've been considering starting a business, it looks like you will be taking on or creating a partnership. To advance at work, we need to increase our knowledge base. I don't know, and we can increase our knowledge base again through continuing our education, through joining groups, through attending seminars, or even online classes, um, are groups. And it's like when we associate with groups or with people that are doing what we would like to do, are doing what we are doing, it increases our knowledge base. And I really see you teaming up with another person in order to do that. I also believe that at this time in your professional life, in your work life, in your career, you're being looked at, or you will be approached by someone in regards to work. And as they're approaching you, again, they're going to want to help you increase your knowledge base. This is really a knowledge base um, uh, reading here for you. And again, we have that Knight of Cups, which is slow and steady wins the race. We're being protective, we're being guarded of that new knowledge, of that new wisdom that we are taking on. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And Salvador, this is your home life, this is your private life, this is your private life, this is your public life. And we start off with the Tower. And this Tower card really is about a sudden change. And this change is a shift from what you find important. Um, you're wanting to achieve more emotional stability. You would rather have the emotional stability than the physical things, the stuff. And I love that that is followed by the 10 of Pentacles, which is the legacy wealth. And real wealth comes from the emotional and spiritual stability, fulfillment. I do see that there is a financial gift coming in. This financial gift that is coming in is going to bring with it a shock, because it is followed by that Tower card. It's indicating to me that maybe someone has passed on, or someone is going to pass on, and you are going to be receiving or have received an inheritance. This inheritance, uh, yes, I just see that the cards here are indicating some type of sizable inheritance. This inheritance is going to cause conflict. And so there's going to be like a, 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 a contesting, somebody's going to be contesting the will. Everybody is going to be fighting, everybody is going to be competing for part of this inheritance. You know, friendships and money, and even friendships, money, and family rarely mix. I think that there is a close friend or a family acquaintance or even a member of the family that is going to want to be borrowing money, or they're going to ask you to co-sign for a loan. They're going to ask you to help them put up collateral for a sizable loan. And because of that, um, I think you're not going to want to do it, because it is such a sizable loan, and because they are wanting to make you financially responsible. I think you're having second thoughts, or you will have second thoughts. You know, and if you say no, there is no reason for you to explain. A simple no should do. But if you are feeling compelled, if you feel like you have to say yes, before you say yes, do get it in writing and do get a legal and binding contract and get them to sign for this loan or for this amount of money. I have a feeling that if you are going to be signing for money, or if you're going to be lending money, it's going to be difficult to receive that money back, and it's going to be difficult for you to not be held responsible for repayment of a loan unless something is in writing, unless you have a contract to protect yourself. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the collective. And then messages from Spirit. What would like Spirit like you to know or be aware of? Spirit would like you to know that emotional fulfillment is here. You are looking for a happy ending, and I do see a happy ending coming in for you. But before you achieve that happy ending, we need to stop looking at the past. You are at a pivotal time in your life, and you can continue moving in the direction you're moving by wallowing in the past, by looking at the past, or you can turn and look and see what is in your present. There is wonderful things in your present, but you can only attain those wonderful things by letting go of the past. And then we have the Five of Swords, and that we have two fives here, three fives here. Is there three fives here? Yes, you have the three fives here. And fives in tarot represent stormy weather. They represent competition. There is something that you are competing for, or something. And I think that this again is speaking to that inheritance that you have coming in. But there's a lot of change, a lot of movement that is here for you. And I think that there's three major things that are changing. The first major thing that is changing, I think that you have recently lost a loved one or are soon going to lose a loved one. And that is going to cause you discomfort and unhappiness, because you're going to continue to look back and you have regrets about losing this loved one, or you will have regrets about losing the loved one. And then coupled with that is going to be the chaos of people struggling and wanting to know about the inheritance and wanting to know what is right for them. But I love that Spirit has followed that up with the Emperor card. Thank you, Lee. It's a little bit chippy today, but yes, thank you. And so the Emperor card is saying maybe you are dealing with a Taurus, or maybe you have a lot of Taurus in your birth chart, but there are people that are very set in their ways and are very they're being very stubborn, for lack of a better word. Hi, Hassan. I'm fine, thank you. How are you? And so when I think of the emperor, I think of the energy of the emperor. And an emperor is only as good of a ruler as they use their energy. And so if we are very strict, if we are very stern, if we are very demanding as an emperor, that has a negative effect on our environment, that has a negative effect on our kingdom. And the flip side of that is if we are too forgiving, if we are too lenient, if we don't put up boundaries, if we don't enforce our boundaries, our kingdom is off balance. And so the Emperor card is here to remind us that there is an equal amount of give and take. that we need to use to guide or use our energy. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Thank you, Shakit. And so that is the reading. If anyone had any questions about the reading, I would be very happy to answer those questions. If anyone has any general questions or a question that they would like to ask, I would be very happy to answer a question. Okay. And so about the wife and when will we get married? And so would you like to know when you are going to get married, or would you like to know about your wife? I will answer one question. It will be either when will you get married, or would you like to know about your wife? Okay. And so would you like to know, have they cheated on you, or would you like to know, do they love you? I honestly believe that if it is true love, they do not cheat. Okay. About her nature and personality. Thank you. Oh my gosh. And it looks like their nature and personality, which is the Four of Pentacles. And that is saying that your future wife is going to be well balanced. And I also believe that well balanced people do not cheat. It looks like their chakras are in line and they are well balanced. And they will be very protective of you and your feelings, and they will be very protective of themselves and their feelings. And I believe that they will make a very good parent as well. And so, Sakit would like to know, is there a cheater? Have they cheated? Yes or no? Have they cheated? Yes or no? Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad we were able, you know, to get that card on a future wife. I think that that is really the exact type of wife that each of us would be looking for. Thank you. And so this card is for Sakit. Cheats. And is that cheating? Yes or no? Cheating? Yes or no? Cheating? Yes or no? Cheating? Yes or no? Thank you, Spirit. Cheating? Yes or no? Cheating? Yes or no? Yes, I'm asking that question, right? Let me see if I can find a card here for you. Cheating? Yes or no? It looks like no. We have the Two of Pentacles here, or excuse me, we have the Two of Cups here. And that Two of Cups does not indicate cheating. No cheating. Thank you, Spirit. Hi and hello. And is Johnny Thunder's wife cheating with a coworker? Is Johnny Thunder's wife cheating with a coworker? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Johnny Thunder, is wife cheating with a coworker? Is the wife cheating with a coworker? Yes or no? And for you, Johnny, I'm going to, when this card comes up, I'm going to ask you what your first impression is of this card. Thank you, Spirit. Messages. And so, Johnny, this is the card that came up when I asked about whether your wife was cheating with a coworker. Was your first indication a yes or a no? That was kind of a tricky question. You've been hearing some rumors. I'm sorry that you've been hearing some rumors. But Johnny, when I look at this card, this is telling me that when your wife is at work, she's focused on work. It looks, Johnny, it looks like this is the Eight of Pentacles. And here we see somebody at work. And when we see somebody at work, what are they doing? And they're totally oblivious to whatever is going on around them. It looks like when your wife is at work, she is working. There's nothing in this card that would indicate that she is doing anything other than working. Thank you, Spirit. And read, read he, I'm a little bit confused about your question. Next action for Mazan, please. Next act. Thank you, Johnny. I really appreciate you tuning in. And I really appreciate your question. And so, Masoom, next action for Masoon. Next action for Masum. Is it Masum or Masoom? Let's see here. Okay, and the next action, we have the we have the Six of Pentacles. And so the next action is to be giving, fair, and just. And why I say that, this is the Hermit, and the Hermit is the teacher. There's a lesson for you to learn from giving and from fairness. There's someone that needs your help. And Spirit and Source is saying, lend your help. Be as giving and be as fair as you can. Thank you, Spirit. Is my what is Narir's relationship status? One moment, please. Review. Is it Neeru, Neeru, relationship status? Do you not know what your relationship status is? Thank you, Spirit. Relationship status. Relationship status. Relationship status. Relationship status, please. Relationship status. One card. It looks like you are still looking, or you have recently found someone new. The Page of Pentacles, we can see that they have the gift, so that would be the gift of a relationship. The Page is very young, very new, very fresh. And so you are either in a new relationship or will be very soon starting a new relationship. Thank you. And okay, so will I get married to Monroe Mentra? Is your husband a soulmate or a twin flame? And so you can tell a soulmate by a twin flame by how the relationship worked or how the relationship started. If as soon as you met your husband, if you felt an initial immediate connection, then that is a soulmate. If it is a twin flame, you would have had that connection, but there would have been a physical attraction. Twin flames have a tendency to burn out rather quickly. Soulmates are meant to last over a lifetime. Twin flames are just for a lesson. Thank you, please. What is coming? Okay, well, I get married to Monroe Mahi. One card, please. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Thank you, Spirit. Will you get married? There's a sudden change, and a sudden change that brings many opportunities. I would say, no, you are not going to get married to, one moment, please. So, Rajandra 1111, new subscriber, will you get married to Minmani Mintra? No. It looks like as soon as you've cut ties with this person, you're going to have lots of other opportunities coming in for you. Thank you, Spirit. And so, Sajida, if you will view this reading from the beginning, you will see at the beginning of this reading, we talked about career, and it looks like you are going to be continuing your knowledge base or gathering new knowledge, and you are going to be signing an agreement or signing a contract, and it's going to bring in a new working relationship. But before this new working relationship comes, you'll need to gather more information, increase your knowledge base. Please watch the reading from the beginning. And so Paul Abi, will Daharti marry Paul Abi? Will they marry Daharti? Will they marry Daharti? See, I thought I see. Let's see. Follow your passions, follow your heart desire. It looks like yes. It looks like it's going to be very passionate and very sudden. But if you were to marry them, I don't think it's not meant to last. This is indicating a twin flame. It's too passionate, it's too fiery.